You're watching Access LaPorte County, Channel 97. Coming up next is the February 16th meeting of the Michigan City Commission for Women. You can find more information for this meeting at www.accesslaportecounty.org.
All right, it is 5:31. We will go ahead and call the Commission for Women's meeting. It's Thursday, February 16th, 2023. Roll call.
Sarah Jones.
Here.
Albertine Allen. Here. Christina Isabel.
Here.
Belinda Lee. Here. Linda Faye Conley.
Here.
Faye Moore.
Here.
Bonnie Scheif.
Here.
A quorum has been established.
All right, thank you. We are now on the approval of the minutes. Did everyone have a chance to get copies of them? And get a chance to take a look at that? Oh, I have a.
I didn't have a chance to look at those.
Okay, here. I'm hoping that we can change, because right here how it says agenda, that will be confusing on my minutes. If we can have minutes bigger than what it says agenda. See how that got right there?
I make a motion to approve the minutes for January 19, 2023.
Can you state with corrections?
You have corrections, with
Yeah.
corrections.
Thank you.
We're just gonna make sure, because I see agenda standing out to me, I just didn't want it to say minutes versus agenda.
Oh, okay.
There needs to be a second on the floor.
Yeah,
second
make sure they're all done looking at it. You guys good?
Yeah.
Okay. All in favor?
it. Aye.
Aye. Great.
Any opposed?
Any opposed? Great, minutes approved. Okay, well, I switched the city council comments up to the top here, but Angie is not able to make it. They are starting a new economic equity coalition, and that begins this evening. Before we go on to treasurer's report, I just would like to add to our agenda but to make sure that we speak about the March city council update. I need to go in and give our yearly report.
So you made the motion
So
to change
we
the
can,
agenda?
yes, motion to change the agenda to add, we can do it at the end of St. Patrick's Day. The March City Council update, and also another category of the March 14th speaker for League of Women Voters.
March 14th, the League of Women Voters?
Yeah, those categories. Does anyone have anything else that we need to add to our agenda that I did not get in there? Great.
Did we figure out the,
Oh, and I need to add in, sorry.
I tried to print it and I couldn't,
I did.
oh, fabulous.
And also I need to add one other item, and that is another Leslie Coles as a commission,
COLE?
COLES. She would like to join the Women's Commission. So,
Leslie Cole.
yes.
Their organization?
She is a family support specialist from Dunebrook, and she also runs a ministry in Michigan City called A Mama's Heart. And we'll talk about that.
Did she replace Nicole then?
She would be replacing Shar.
Oh, okay. What was her name again? I'm sorry.
Leslie Cole.
Leslie
Leslie.
Cole.
Nicole is the city.
Nicole was the city's appointment.
Oh, okay, okay. We replace Shar.
We replaced Char.
Correct,
with
okay.
Linda Faye Conley.
Awesome. Excellent.
And
So this one will have to be approved by city council. It's really
To, who is she?
appointed.
She's replacing Nicole then?
Yes.
Okay. For,
Well, when
is that not for profit or something? Or
Yes.
health?
Right.
Care or something?
Women, health and women's issues.
Oh, okay. Is that what she is?
Yes.
She's coming from Dunesburg.
Okay,
So you made a motion to change the agenda to add nominations for Leslie Coles, Commissioner, who relates to replace Nicole Coleman, for us to look at the City Council agenda and the March 14th League of Women Voters
speaker request.
speaker request. I second.
Great. All in favor? Aye. Thank you.
Any opposed?
Any opposed? Great. Agenda has been amended. So now we are back on to the agenda as planned. We have the treasurer's report.
I have a couple of copies here, but I sent it out today too in an email. But we've only had one change since last month. Our beginning balance was $22,876.92. And then we had a disbursement of $250 for to Essence Rare for Black History Month sponsorship. And our new balance is $22,626.92.
Great.
I make the motion that we accept the treasurer's report.
I second the motion.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great, that is passed. At this point, can I talk about the, Bonnie, we will need a check for the deposit for our caterer for March 8th. I will get
Just email it to me.
yeah, we're gonna email that to you, Nikia's information, and then if we go off of the August 26th event, I'll need her to send you in a W-9 as well.
Okay.
And what is the amount for the deposit?
She didn't send it to you. I got out of that loop once I sent it to you.
Oh,
If
We already approved it, but we already approved a budget
Yeah.
of $5,000.
right.
Now we're just doing disbursements, and I want to say it was half of, so it would be $500 if it was half.
So how much is it?
It'll be $500 for the deposit for the caterer.
Caterer.
For the International
So I'm
Women's
making-
Day. It was 100 meals at $10 per meal with setup and delivery and utensils and drinks for $1,000 including tax.
So I make a motion for the treasurer to get a check for $500 deposit for the caterer, Nikia, what's the name of her thing?
Backyard Bistro.
Backyard Bistro.
I have a comment. Is it okay at this time?
Yeah, I think it's a second and then discussion.
And then
A
I
second
have a
discussion.
question. Okay.
Let me get a second.
And a
And
second,
now
I'll
discussion.
second it.
Okay.
Oh,
Discussion.
It takes us forever to get a check. So why don't we get $1,000 and put 500 away, because I'm sure she would want to be paid.
That is
She
true.
finishes her pay on
Event.
8th, and
Request
it would
two
take her
different
a month
checks
to
for
get
Yes.
her
500.
check. So I would do it $1,000 and just hold 500 so you can pay her.
yes, that
It
seems
takes
great.
forever to get a check.
Yes, and because our
I'll
event is March 8th, and then
So we amend the
again-
motion to 2 checks in the amount of $500.
Exactly.
$500 each, okay.
Anyone to second that?
I second.
Yeah, she already seconded.
Oh, okay.
We just amended the motion.
Amended
to
the
say
motion.
2 checks for $500 so that, and one she'll get right away and the other she'll get at the event.
It takes too long to get a check.
Hey!
So now you got to just put it to the vote.
Okay,
To your vote.
all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Great, thank you. So we'll be sending you that. For some reason, I can't find that email.
I'll send it to you, Bonnie.
Okay.
But I do need to be in touch with Nikia.
Yeah, I see just every time you get something from the commission.
Yeah, I made the invoice.
Good. Great.
So, I'm talking.
Well, that leads us right into the Women's International Day update for March 8th. I did hopefully you all received the email. Did anyone get the email? From MailChimp?
Mine went to my junk mail, and I only saw it because I was looking for something else that said check your junk mail if you don't receive it, and I noticed it, so mine went to my spam.
Okay. Great. And then you also received a separate email with a link that you can also send to people as well.
I got that, great.
And then it is posted on Facebook.
Yeah, go ahead, finish.
Our MailChimp, we are doing quite well on that. We now have 127 people on our email list. So that's not a lot. It could be great, better to up that a little bit, but the email has been opened 120 times. But saying they've been opened 120 times, I will say that some people have opened it more than others.
Yes.
So, so that what that tells me though is maybe they're forwarding the email, and so that's a good thing.
But I had a problem trying to register for the event on that MailChimp.
Will you send it out again?
Because you would email the commission
Okay,
email,
okay.
right? Because Faye, I did receive
So you received those and I forwarded
you
to
forwarded
you.
to me, but I'm not. And yes, that is true. I am not getting anything on the Commission for Women at eMichigancity.com right now. No one is responding there, and I don't know.
So I didn't try it that way.
Yeah.
So I will try it that way.
I did, I responded
Okay.
straight to the email that you had in the,
It's just so strange. So I'm
I
not
did it
getting
immediately.
So did you get hers?
no. So I'm now confused.
So, someone today told me that their business card was printed wrong, and it says E Michigan City.
I know.
But they said their address is E dot Michigan City. So should we check our email address?
But
It's
when
in
you
Michigan
send
City.
me, I mean, like Faye has sent things to the commission email.
Okay.
I've sent things to the commission email, and I'm getting them, but I'm not.
Did it go in your spam?
Oh.
If it came to me in my spam, maybe something from that is going, as the reply goes to your
Because
spam.
I'm not getting from there either. I don't have it in my spam.
Okay, so I need to figure out what's happening there with our mail because I was like, gosh, no one's responding, but we had like a huge,
Right.
open, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
Right, because Chris Page also responded to me and, but then I didn't see anything but that she had responded to me. So I don't know if she
Yeah.
responded to let me know that she did go on the eMichigan City site or not.
Right.
So I hadn't talked to her yet to see.
Yes, because on here I have Commission for Women at eMichigancity.com as the response to RSVP to, but like I said, I've not received any RSVPs other than what Faye has sent me. And if you did it, then I really didn't get it. That's interesting. So I need to check our email account, like maybe from unknown sources it doesn't come through or something, but that would seem strange. Okay. Great. I did print out a couple copies, if anyone, wants to hang them, places, or I can print it on better paper too. I will say that I've had some good conversations with people that are gonna speak, and actually HealthLink is now good to go and is interested and is going to be, had a good conversation with them today.
Lisa?
Yeah, with Liz.
Liz Pena.
Nice.
And I will say the one thing she said to me, she was like, does the paper know that we really need to publicize this? They're really excited that there's an opportunity to come to the table and have these conversations, and that they felt like they have been a little siloed and that people aren't coming out to events to hear what's available. So I think we're on the right track with this program and this idea to have this roundtable. So I will just ask the continued support to get it to, like, I know I'd like to get the NAAC health person, Peg Cunningham, but I don't have her email. Faye, can you?
What was that?
You said, and that was
Yeah, it says Peg Cunningham is the health person.
Yeah, that's Peg. Peg is, her name is Margaret, but she go by Peg Cunningham.
Okay. So there's some people
But
that
I can forward it to you.
okay. because there's some people on here that I don't have emails for.
So you need Peg Cunningham, anybody
If you
else?
scan your list to us as a group, we can fill them in.
Okay,
Right.
maybe you.
Okay.
Did you?
I know that person, but I don't think I gave you his name.
Oh, okay. Someone gave me
So
that name.
then, who on this list are you not able to?
Like Keys of Hope, Salmon Castle, the Township Health Programs in Michigan and Cool Spring.
Michigan Township is the building I'm in.
Oh,
So you haven't,
I don't know who to invite
okay.
from there.
Let me write
The
myself.
other day I was driving on 39 and you passed by the LaPorte Health something and I was like, well, I'm gonna go in there. Does anyone know?
Yes.
I'm just gonna walk in. But,
Just just make a bunch of copies of your letters, just hand deliver them.
and I,
AK Smith Center. I'm on
AK
their
Smith
health
Center,
council. Okay.
yes, can we get some people there?
I will send her. She's a.
And you know we're limited too to how many people, right?
Well, I like that you're saying 50, but we actually said 100.
Anybody from
We
here?
did. We made
I
preparation
sent
for
it
100
and
lunches.
the email bounced
Okay.
back to me,
100.
so,
Nobody has responded back?
no.
I just saw them today.
And so you, how many
Crown
people,
Point Doula, that program that she
Okay.
with the
introduced us
commissioners,
to. Gary, Commission for Women, also that one,
I don't know them.
yeah. The Now lady who came and talked to us,
Okay, ACLU?
so about, with
I
the
got that.
commissioners
those are two
and
people
the
that were in touch with.
presenters.
Okay, so basically, if you have any like health contacts,
6%.
I'm talking to our school nurse.
yes,
So I was thinking of sending that to the nurses in the schools.
great.
80. Just wanna make sure.
No, if you can do
And if
that.
there's 100 people there, we don't have to eat, so it can
You're right.
So the AIM program is a program which I don't even know if we have it here. Do we have it?
I don't know anything about
I don't know what you're talking
Catholic, Family Charities, is this
Yes,
Catholic?
that's what I meant. Yes, family service.
So can you just?
I can send this to people, and if you have contacts there, because I
Do
think
we still have that list going? Didn't we make a list
Resource list?
last
A
year?
resource list.
No, we had a contact list
So I heard.
going.
Yeah.
We made it last year for when we did the gala.
Bonnie, is that in
Didn't
the
we start that?
materials that Shar gave you?
What is that?
Just basically like a connections list, an email list of.
No, that is
That
not in that.
resource list, that-
That's
Because
not
what
in
I have, all I have is the 127 names that
Maybe I have a
are on the
list.
MailChimp. Maybe you have.
Maybe you do, or we hope you do.
I want to say Shar
No, you're
maybe
right.
sent me a list
Oh,
of
so-
places to drop off flyers, so I think I have a limit. It's not big.
Yeah.
I'll do these tomorrow.
Great.
So are we just inviting women or we inviting women and men?
Women and men, anyone who's in the field that can add to the
In the field,
conversation. This is kind of like a higher up conversation. We really want to bring all the players, the providers into town, that are here and kind of bring the questions to the table. How do you create equity in your departments? What are you doing? What were you doing? What are you doing now? What is some programs that we are all doing that maybe you don't know about? How can we share information? How can we create the opportunity for collaboration on these issues? It's so interesting that we're doing this now because there's been 2 major reports out on maternal mortality and how it is affecting Black women over everybody else, and we really need to get a handle on it. And actually, it might ask us to do ask these places if they have put out a statement, if they're recognizing that. Because when I'm doing research, there's actually the nurses, the OBGYN nurses have put out a statement about equity. So it'd be interesting to find out if our organizations here have statements, if they're approaching people differently, what language are they using. There's all these things that could come into this conversation. And I kind of welcome that. We like listening to that judge speak at the Black History Month brunch. What are you going to make a difference in? How can you make a difference? And we can make a difference. We can do something. We can start the conversation. We can create education. We can support it. and maybe in our small community we can have bigger breadth. Or what this does is allows us to see where we need to advocate, because we're also in connection with the State Commission for Women, right? So how, and they're dealing with the same issues at this moment as well. So then what does our state need? What can we do? We don't have to think small. What is the big, there's some new things coming out about home care services, the doula programs. Do we have those here?
Yes.
Is that something that we want?
They just hired a new doula for Michigan City. I don't have her name yet.
Okay, well, excellent, because we know it works.
Right.
And in St. Louis, they're investing a lot of money into their doula program because it works. It makes a difference. Midwifery,
P&W. That's not on that list.
No, P&W, I did invite
Or
Sheila.
IU.
Oh, no, we should invite them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have classes out
What
there.
about IU Tech?
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
a program.
Yes, and because it starts in their training. We need to make sure the language, the understanding that, is being approached from the get-go now. Instead of just they get into place and there's no dialogue about how to treat people. Right? So I'm excited. I've done a lot of good research, and I have to say Liz from HealthLink, she got very excited and was just like, to have these conversations and to
They're so
open up that
cool.
Florida. So, and then I think I sent you guys a link. I listened to this live feed webinar yesterday too, that two different sessions, and one was on birth and maternal issues, and then the second session was on menopause, which I think we need more work on the menopause issue now that I'm there.
I did watch that. That was very, very interesting.
It was really
very
interesting.
informative.
So I think we should fight for that. But
It's a shame that you have to wait till you get there.
yeah, so I was like,
And
what is
some
wrong?
of us never get there, and that ticks me off.
Yeah, right. So there's been a lot of interesting reports about menopause that have come out too in the last week. So there's a good focus for us in what we're doing, and I guess what I'm curious about is what is it that you think we should be asking right now in these issues? Is advocacy our way to go? I think asking them what their resource lists are, we've been talking about resource lists, but then that's an interesting question, because who is that resource list for? Is it printed? How often do you change that? Maybe there is already something under these organizations that we can then
Meals on
Create.
Wheels. Who handles that program?
Cheryl Dower is the
That's a good.
director for Laporte and Michigan City. I did send it to them. I don't know if they
Okay.
responded yet, if she was gonna
Council
try.
on Aging, that's, I got an email today from them about a meeting. I think that's a good organization to send it to also. Because some of those are raising grandchildren,
Correct.
Yeah.
so, they're still active.
Okay, great. Well, we'll send it there. And then anything that comes to your mind, like questions that you want to ask, what do you? I just want to make sure we're all on the same page when we go to this luncheon.
Swanson Center.
They're not on the list.
They're not, and they should be.
Yes.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Swanson Center.
Oh, they weren't on that list?
I thought they were on the list.
I didn't have them on my list, but yes, of course.
I think one of the questions that we should just continue to ask across the board, our goal for 2023 is to embrace equity in healthcare for women and look at minority and look at infant mortality across the board. Those are the things that we said that we wanted to do, right? So our question should be to every person that we ask to sit at this round table. We need to formulate that question. One or two questions, because they only have 10 minutes, right? And I don't want them to have time to give a speech, a stump speech, and tell us about their programs and how great they are. No. And I'm sure they are great. They are great. Everyone's doing great work. But but these are the questions that we're coming to the community to ask. We want them answered that day. We don't want them answered, because that's what's been happening. Every time these questions are being asked, it's getting pushed further and further back, and these reports continue to come out. And what are you doing? I think that needs to just be our question. What are you doing now, and what do you plan to do in the future? It's that simple. It doesn't, we don't have to reinvent.
So that question would not apply to everybody that's on that list.
Yes, it does, and I'll tell you how it does. Because the doulas, what is she doing? She's becoming a doula, so she can be in the field with people who need services at that moment.
I'm talking about AK Smith Center. So see, they are invited to the table too, so can we ask them that question?
I'm
and
talking
get
about
an answer?
the presenters.
Okay.
At this time, the presenters. That question should go to the presenters, and then it gives an opportunity.
So they all have to
They
answer.
all have to answer that question.
So here, yeah, so let me I'll show you some of the questions that I've kind of been pondering, but how are you embracing equity in your organization with employees and with patients? What are your current concerns and what are you seeing right now? Because like we read about
I think
things,
that's kind of
but
broad.
is
I'm
it?
sorry. I think those questions are kind of broad because they have 10 minutes total, right? And we don't want them to give us stats and stuff again. We want them to tell us what your program plans are, because this is an epidemic. If you don't have a plan in place, then say you don't have one. If you're working
But I
on
think
one,
that
say
they
you
might be
have one.
seeing things that we hear in the news.
Absolutely.
So we think it's one thing, but like, are they seeing that here? You know,
Right. So maybe that's a
what-
question we
what-
should ask.
what
Are you
are-
seeing what we see? This is what's being reported. Are you seeing these things? Because it can't be so broad that the question never gets answered, because that happens too often.
So
And that's
I
my
understand
opinion.
that.
So
I
That's my
understand
opinion.
that.
So you're saying a twofold question. Are you seeing these things? If so, what is your organization doing about it?
That's it.
Or what do you need in order to service
Yeah.
that?
Right.
Because our end goal is to see what the needs are. That was the purpose
Exactly.
behind it. So
Exactly.
our questions need to be around, yeah, we can look up what every organization does,
Right.
but what is the need here? Because it may be different
From down
than
the road. Yes.
somewhere
Yes.
else,
Yes.
and what can we do to help? Or
Yeah.
what can the
Yes.
community do to help, or other organizations you can connect with to help?
Right. And I think the question needs to just be that focused. And I'm sorry.
So we can give each one of the presenters those questions and that's what they would present to the, okay.
So I'm hoping to meet with everyone ahead of time, give them these questions so that it's not thrown at them, that they're talking about equity and they don't even know.
Send it to her by email.
I would send it to them in an email, give them a chance to say, oh, no, I can't talk about that because I don't have enough information, or, okay, that's something I can do. Because maybe they're not able to answer that.
Yeah, because I want to know how we come together.
Yes.
You know, how can we come together to support each other? You know, and how can we ask big questions to have big solutions? You know, because if we just keep asking smaller things, then we're not going to get the questions. So I understand. So and then do they, you know, are we utilizing the new big ideas, the mobile health care, the doula programs, home services? You know, is that happening in our area? There's a lot of recommendations. I don't know if I can forward you guys all the maternal mortality report for Indiana that came out in 2021, and it does list a lot of things that they're doing statewide, and then they have a list of suggestions for organizations, for providers, for individuals, and things like that. But I also feel like healthcare for women is such a challenge too, because like all of a sudden you hit something, but no one's been preparing you, right? So how do women know the right questions to ask? Because that's what they keep telling you. They're like, you have to know what to ask. You have to be, advocate for yourself. But that's really hard.
Yeah.
If you don't know the questions.
What are the right questions? So I have that down. Like, what are the right questions? How do we empower women to ask the right questions? And what are those questions exactly?
Right.
So that was another category that I had in it. But,
What about women and mental health?
yeah.
You know, because a lot of women have those needs also, and I think it stems from like the stress, the caregiver, you know, and like you
I'm
said
gonna
about
throw in our
where to go.
children
Mhm.
as well with that woman right now.
I'm interested in that too. You know, what do they have? What do we have? Because sometimes, like you say, people don't know what to ask, and they don't know where to go. And that, you know, they do have a lot of places in Michigan City
Yes.
that you can say, you go there, go there. But when you call those places, it's like how many times you're gonna be put on hold, passed around. Then they just say, go here, and they will give you what you need.
Mhm. So like a streamlining of services in a way.
You can include just from, because I'm in the schools, those counselors and those social workers that are in our schools who deal with children and the mothers or the grandparents who are taking care of those children with those mental stresses onto that list.
Yeah, you should
It's
definitely.
not a little thing right now.
Yes, no, I know, definitely heard
You know,
some.
and I don't know how many people know that, like at the Swanson Center, you have Access Center that they can come through Tuesday through Thursday, just walking in.
Yeah,
Again,
Yeah.
come in Tuesday through Thursday.
Like a walk-in.
Yeah, to get seen,
You can
so you
walk
can
in
get
on
so
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
you can get it Tuesday through Thursday.
Is that, now
You
where's
can
the
walk,
Swanson
so you
Center?
can where? Walk in on Tuesdays and Thursdays?
So you'll walk in and they'll put you through the Access Center, which is like an intake, and a person will come out, get you, ask you questions, assign you a person to be with.
So
Follow
what
you
time
throughout.
and what's the location again?
Oh, I should know my own job address.
Feel bad.
7224
400 North?
400 North. There you go.
And that's another
Yeah.
question is transportation for a lot of people too.
So I do know we do have a bus, and that bus drops them off and picks them up at Walmart.
So like
Wow.
you can say, you can call and, but how will they know?
I believe our bus has Swanson Center on it, but I never really looked at the bus. But
And
I
that
do
goes there
know.
on Tuesdays and Thursdays also?
I don't know
For the
about that
walk-in?
part, but I can find out.
Yes, please do share your resources.
I will find out. I'm always in the office, and I only come out to read every once in a while. Like a client would say, I don't have a way, and then I'll go out and say, hey, can let them get on the bus, and they'll get on the bus and take them to Walmart. But if they can get on that bus at Walmart and come, and it runs every hour.
I never knew that. Oh my gosh.
That wasn't public knowledge.
No. And this is why this is the main point of why we're doing what we're doing. Because there is a plethora, a lot of services in this city, but if people don't know about them, then it's like not having them. And people have done too much good work for the services not to be utilized by the people who need them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I have
Could you give us a number to call so we can call and find out exactly what times? Because you say the bus is there on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I need a little bit more than that.
Hold on.
Yeah, card.
I do, but
Tuesdays and Thursdays is a walk-in service.
Can you send it out to the commission?
Yeah.
I'll send it out tomorrow. Can I send it out tomorrow?
Yeah.
I'll send it out in an email tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you need a reminder again?
Okay, I just Google it and they give a 800 number. They give
Well, that's gonna send you all the way around the
I'll give
world.
I'll give you our number.
well, it says call it Mission Center first and they give the 855.
Yeah.
I'll give you
Okay.
it to you.
So in a way,
We got our
in a way,
email addresses.
it's structural that we're really talking about in terms of the health system, right?
And see,
And
we
how
also
they-
have you can bring for your kids can come through there.
Does this one sound good for you? 879-4621?
That might be it. Is that 219?
219. 879-4621.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They're closed now, they open at 8.
For those of you watching, we'll get the correct information available to you. No, because we have to consider that people
Right,
are listening
right.
to this
Yes.
for information. We want it to be exact.
Yeah.
And I am a stickler only because I suffer from autism and I need structure for myself. So I assume other people do too. Sorry. I don't have a problem admitting that.
Right, they got trauma therapy, couples therapy, family therapy, group therapy.
Yeah.
So we're going a little off track, but good, important information in resource list and all of that. And it is amazing how everything is connected. And you know, that some of the women after giving birth do have a struggle with depression, and that is a big part. And so how are we making sure that they're getting treated or getting the respect they need from their doctors? Because I don't know, when I go into the doctor, I get 5 minutes with them.
Even a second.
They don't even touch you anymore. So how is it that we can grow?
Because it's so expensive.
Exactly, that too. The other thing that hopefully the subcommittee will meet again, but we'll have, it is at Kruger now, just to remind everyone, it's at Kruger Memorial Park, the upstairs. I am still hoping to have a board or either on a table where people can write, some responses that we don't get. And I am also really interested in making sure if we do have 100 people, which that seems a little bit too much. I'd be happy if we had about 30 to 50 would be the right size for this kind of conversation. But that we also are able, it's only 2 hours, so there's a lot. So if every person talks for 10 minutes, then that's almost, that's 1 hour.
Everybody want to do 10 minutes if they tell what, answer that question.
Yes.
The
Franciscan Prenatal really does want to share their newest program with us. So there's, I think we need to know about what's new and what's, what they're doing now. So they'll probably take about 10.
Can I speak on that?
Yes.
So at last month's meeting, there was a question that was proposed. Ms. Tiny had said that she had went over to the 301 West Homer Street and was interested in knowing about the prenatal assistance program and informed that it had been informed that it had been there for several years. So within the minutes, I listed the Franciscan campus at 301 West Homer Street has undergone a partial demolition and renovation, and the services that are now available are the Franciscan Inpatient Behavioral Health Units, Franciscan Senior Health and Wellness Program for the all-inclusive care of the elderly, which is what PACE stands for, Franciscan Prenatal Assistance Program, and the LaPorte County WIC program are all located at 301 Homer. And the International Women's Day, March 8th, 2023, noon to 2 p.m., Krieger Memorial Park, 801 Liberty Trail, Michigan City, Indiana, 46360.
Okay, can I come in?
Yes.
Sorry. Okay, going back to Swanson Center.
Yes.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. in the Michigan City office for the Access Center. Wednesdays for the LaPorte office from 9 to 4. And the phone number they should call is 219-879-4621.
And that is the one.
Great. So we will need a little bit, since this is our last meeting before March 8th, since it is at 12, I would be great if we have to do any kind of setup, which we will, with like linens on the table and things like that, if we could all, as many of us pick up.
I woke up in the middle of the night thinking about decorating the tables. Isn't there a place here where we can rent linens
Yes.
and not have plastic tablecloths since we're gonna go out like that?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
where is it at?
Yeah.
General rental.
So,
Right next to cabling, right there, okay. Wouldn't they check on there?
They have,
Right.
they have.
That would make the table.
I will be willing to go and look for linens.
Okay, great.
I can have that
Just
done
the
tomorrow.
tablings, huh?
And how many tables? We had 8 tables.
It is, there's 8
I think
people
there
at
were
a
12
table,
tables.
there's
12
12
tables.
tables.
Did she
Yeah.
say
Are they
12
round?
tables?
And they're round.
And they're round.
And then it would be great if we could have a couple long ones for the, where the catering might go.
Okay,
There might be, so 2 long tables.
okay.
I think there's that catering where they have parties up in the very back of the school.
I'll go and check them out and I'll give you all information,
And we have
Monday.
hundreds
Michael-
of these flowers.
And Bonnie has the decorations.
What'd you say, Bonnie?
We have hundreds of these flowers to give
To
away.
decorate.
We got we always give away purple flowers for International Women's Day,
Okay.
and I
So you
have
wanna
them
put
in
those in a little white vase on the table?
No, she wants to give them
whatever
away.
you want to
Or
do.
you wanna give them away
Yes, whatever you want to do
when
with
they
them.
come in the door?
We need to get rid of them because we've had them.
We need to share them with the
They're 3
community.
or
I think
4
it'd be
years
nice to
old
have them on
now.
the table too, something, you know.
Well, she said,
Like a bouquet.
It's based on how many, she says she has hundreds of them, so
Yes.
if we're only expecting 100 participants,
I
everyone can
had
get one. and
12
we
or 13 of those
deal.
little white skinny bases.
I'll
you
bring
can
them
have
to
one
you.
or two.
I'll deliver those to you.
I'll sort it out.
So Mike, I think it would be best to have at least 2 hours to prep, so if as many people can be there at 10 to help us set up. I know you won't be there, I know.
And,
I can be
but
there
I would,
too.
if you need me to do something
Oh, yes.
paper-based wise
Yes.
that I can do from home
Yes.
beforehand, please let me know.
I'm sorry, what the heck?
Do we, are there any more of the Naomi Anderson notebooks or anything? I was like, where's
No, just
So there were some
They have like a dozen. I just took some to the last
I had called to Gail.
Get the one at the mall.
We just wait for this agenda.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so that is, we're done. So 10 o'clock, or, you know, or 11, you know, but
That'd be great.
come early. I'll be there at 10. It starts at 12,
And 2 hours go by fast.
so we gotta,
Check into it or do you want to?
yeah,
So you don't rush.
exactly.
Okay.
Can we do 9 a.m.?
Okay, 9 a.m. Thank you so much for making me hit the reality button.
Yeah.
So she's gonna go check on the tablecloths and the napkins, so
I'll check on the
You might wanna-
numbers.
be ready to get more than one check. Yeah, so, cause it'll be after the
I already
ball.
had it on my calendar.
When are you going to the comptroller?
I do it by email that I could do, but I can, you know, I can go there, what day is today, Thursday?
Thursday.
Well,
9 to 2:30.
Cause I can give
I
you an
could go
answer.
on Tuesday or Wednesday, I can go Monday.
Great. So Monday's a holiday.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Monday's a holiday. So, everybody circle back around on Tuesday only because everybody's gonna circle back around on Tuesday. And I'm going for linens and napkins.
Yeah.
You're gonna do vases and touch base with her regarding the flowers.
She's
Are we
got
on the same page?
Yep, yep.
Okay. And she's got the flowers,
I
we'll do
probably will have
arrangements
something
and,
that I wanna lay out, I just haven't got it.
thank you.
Great.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Since are we making a motion to release funds for the rental of tablecloths for payment, even though we set aside our
I
budget?
think we have to have an invoice though before they'll write that.
Oh, no, I'm saying, but at least we're making a motion that we're
Right, get the motion.
covered now out the
Get the
way.
motion now.
Okay, are you making a motion now?
I'm asking if there one on the table. I'll be glad to make one.
It still might have to be a reimbursement though. I think you're gonna have to output it before,
Oh,
And
but I think, because you're,
so we did a budget, and we agreed to a budget for this. I don't think that we need to vote on every.
we don't need to vote on the
Person.
amount.
No.
No,
we
we
don't.
have plenty for what we're doing. I'm just saying, I don't know if she's gonna be able to give you a check
Yeah,
to get it.
I have to have an invoice to give her.
Yeah.
before
No
she
worries,
gives us
I'll
So
sort it
the
all
young
out.
lady can do an invoice for the food.
We got that,
That,
we
got
got
the
that
invoice?
motion.
Yeah.
But we're talking about for the linens and the napkins.
Yeah, well, we're trying to do it all together. So you need an invoice, you can ask them to invoice you at the,
Oh, yes, ma'am.
I guess, yeah, if you go
So
find out and they
invoice
can give you an invoice, then we can
Scan it
make that
and
happen.
get it to
and
me.
that keeps
Yeah.
them from waiting
Can
a
you
month to
scan
it?
get paid.
To me?
Cause they're not gonna
Yeah.
release them without a check.
Okay, great.
Is that mine?
All right,
8 round tables and
No, I said 12.
12.
12 round tables
And
and
two
2
rectangles.
8s or
Like
6
this.
foot.
They're like-
8 foot.
And you had all that.
We don't have a table with our name on it, do we? I mean,
A tablecloth.
We need
No,
to buy one.
but we had talked about
Put
that.
one at a time.
We had spoken about,
I got prices on one, because we need one for LWV, and a 6-foot-long tablecloth with a big logo printed on the front of it would be around $75. That's like
We need
polyester.
to have one.
And we can get them right away. I mean, within 2 weeks or so. We
Okay,
can.
so can we make a
they
motion
get
that
an
we
invoice
order?
for, can you get an invoice for that?
I could get that. I could order and pay for it and get reimbursed for that.
Okay.
That's how we had to do that last summer, the gala.
Let's make a motion on that.
That'll be
Yeah.
the,
I have to make a motion on buying a
Sure,
tablecloth. I make a motion that we buy a tablecloth with our logo on it.
And what logo are we using? Are we using the City Incorporated's logo and it just says Commission for Women?
This one, what's at the,
This one,
Yeah,
what's on the,
great.
Corporate seal.
is that
This one right
What
here
we
that
should-
says
Corporate
Commission for
seal.
Women,
Yeah.
Commission for Women.
Commission
And
for
what color are
Women?
we gonna put on there? What color are we gonna use?
what is it?
Yeah, there's like any color tablecloth possible.
A white tablecloth with what?
any
Any color tablecloth is possible.
But
Wait, I mean, what color we
what is
gonna
the
use for the
women's
print?
commission color? Wasn't it purple and yellow?
Oh, yeah. I think
Yellow
it
not gonna
was
show up.
purple.
So we'll go back.
Purple, we
It
should
was
use
always
purple.
Wanna do purple?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
purple lettering or purple linens?
Purple lettering on the
Purple
linen,
lettering on,
the white linen.
White
With
linen.
the, yeah, and then with the logo, the city logo.
thank you.
So I make a motion.
Okay.
That we purchase a tablecloth with the Commission for Women and the purple lettering on a white linen tablecloth in the amount of,
We don't know.
She says $75.
$75.
well, I make a motion that we purchase one.
Around $75.
Okay,
A second.
so are we gonna establish a budget?
Or say not over $80.
There we go,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
range.
Okay.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. Good. That'll be nice because we could use that for a number of things. Yeah, great. All right. I'm excited about it. If you have any other thoughts that you want to send me later about questions, make sure I'll send you guys the questions too that I'm thinking of. Great. It's gonna be good. Legislative update.
Okay, well, last month I gave you a list of, I think maybe about 30 bills that had been introduced up to that date that really impact women or families, women or children. And that I can report right now, 6 of those have actually advanced to possibly get, one of them has gotten out of committee. 95% of them never even had a hearing in committee, and that included the one for funding for lactation rooms in public buildings, for school-based health centers, for tax credits for employers who contribute to child care costs for their employees, for pregnancy accommodation in workplaces. None of those have had hearings even. So, and February 27th is the deadline. They have to have 3 readings before that time. So those are not officially dead, but they're probably dead. The ones that are there are like 6 of them actually that I'm still following. The most important one is House Bill 1568, which will allow pharmacists to prescribe the pill and patches without prescriptions. They have to make the determination somehow themselves. They have to be somehow qualified to do that, and that would help a lot of women in the state if that passes. And it has already gotten out of the committee in the House, so that's good. So it's going to the Senate. They have to pass a version of the bill worded exactly the same. So, but it looks like that will probably happen. There's also a Senate bill that allows for long-acting reversible contraceptives, IUDs, I believe will be, that are prescribed to and obtained for a Medicaid recipient to actually be transferred to another one. If, for instance, the woman that they order it for, doesn't show up to get it or changes their mind or something, then it can be given to another patient. The way it works now is they have to return it because of the cost. They cannot transfer it to another patient. They order it for a specific patient, and that's it. So this would change that and make that more accessible. There's also a bill that would require a hospital that operates a maternity unit to ensure that a woman giving birth in the hospital has the option for a long-acting, reversible, subdermal contraceptive implant after delivery. And I have not seen I haven't read the entire bill. I only read the synopsis. It does not specify anything about religious beliefs that a hospital may have that could prevent that. It doesn't mention that, so I don't know where that is. There is another bill that's advancing, surprisingly, that will provide funding for university housing for single mothers. So far they're only referring to one specific program, and it doesn't say anywhere in the bill that it's only for, IU or Purdue, or it doesn't say who
IU
it
does
is.
provide housing for single moms, especially in the freshman year. If they go there and they have a baby, they have childcare, they have daycare, they have all this, and they do encourage single moms to attend college.
Will that be for all of
I don't know if
colleges?
this is one of those bills that's everywhere, but I know my girlfriend's daughters went to IU, and one of them went with the baby. She packed them up and took them down there.
That's at Bloomington.
Hmm?
That's at Bloomington.
Mm-hmm. Yes, at Bloomington. They provide a lot of,
That's amazing.
but that's not at all universities, see, so that's probably why this bill is here, but IU is already.
PNW had childcare when I went, because my daughter,
That's right out at PNW.
and it was relatively reasonable. And now they have those housing apartments too.
So, see, these are wonderful things for our resource list.
And then the last one that I'll mention right now is school board elections. It's not health related, of course, and not only impacting women, but just that bills are in both the House and the Senate. Look like they're probably going to advance that would require or at least allow for school board members to could end up requiring them to declare a political party that they're running on. And so far, it's been nonpartisan. So,
you can say you're Democrat, vote Republican.
Correct.
yeah. But what I was really thinking about in our discussion that we just had about our program is that if people don't know about these, they have to know to be able to ask the questions. Or how do I get the pill now if I can't afford to go to a doctor? You have to know that there's this bill, or hopefully will be a law. You have to know about about the IUDs that can be used by a different patient, even not the patient that they were actually ordered for. You have to know those things to ask. And I don't see that these are anything that's going to be certainly reported in the media, except for possibly the pharmacists prescribing and dispensing contraceptives. But other than that, there's somehow women have to find out about these things. So I hope they all pass, but at the same time, I hope that people will find out about them.
If they go to Franciscan Sisters, they're not going to be able to do this, right?
I can't imagine that the state would force them to, but it didn't say in the bill, and I thought that
Well-
it really thought it would.
You already know that they don't believe in that, so
Right.
Yes, yep,
there's
So-
only one hospital here.
yeah.
So is it possible that because Bonnie does such a wonderful and amazing job that we can make these available on our website so people can actually follow things that they love? I mean, we make them available for League of Women Voters, of course, so people can follow along. But can we use your legislative report?
They're changing every single day until the 28th of February. Everything changes.
Yes.
As of March 1st, we'll know exactly which ones have passed at least one house, and then if they're in the other house, at least then we know it's possible. We know which ones have, and none of them, they haven't said that any of these other ones died that I had mentioned, the lactation rooms and stuff, but they haven't had even one reading, and they have to have 3 readings in committee, and the deadline for that is February 27th, and so,
So, just one of the things, if we are passing on information, then perhaps we should share with people who are coming to this roundtable about the things that are important.
yes.
The important legislation. So can we be a conduit of information that we're giving at this roundtable to these agencies and said, these are the things, these bills.
Yeah, but there aren't very many bills.
In it.
Well, I mean, and then after the 28th or the 26th and March 1st for filing, then we,
Yeah.
our events that very next week, we should be able to say to people, these are the things that we're paying attention to on your behalf. You should be paying attention to, sharing with your clients.
I can do an
overall.
update as of that day, the day before. I can
Thank
do an
you, Ms.
update
Bonnie.
on the
So-
7th.
And she did send that out to us.
She is so
I
thorough.
wrote it this afternoon.
But
Yes, and I wrote it and I sent it. I
Yes,
emailed
but
it out to all of you.
But because this was to us as a committee report, to ask you how is important.
I think
Yeah.
it is interesting.
It's like a date tomorrow. Like, so far,
Right, today is good. Right.
so far, this is what's happening.
That I keep learning new things. I think I said this to you last time you gave the report, is that I keep learning new things. And if I'm an older woman and doesn't actually understand how the civics and system's working, right, that half of these bills aren't even going to be seen, and then most people aren't paying attention to this. So how do we make it more important? Or how do we let people know that this is the timeline of the fight? Right? I mean, and even for us, like if we're going to advocate for something.
But we did say we do have a Facebook page, or we don't have a Facebook page.
I was just thinking that, like, if you'd like, I can head that and information we get, just make little posts and then eventually get people to follow the page and they can be updated with all the resources and the information.
I think having a Facebook person, like a liaison to like
I
really
think that might
post
be
what we're doing, that would be
I like
fantastic.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay, so she said she would do that.
Yeah.
Sarah Jones for Facebook liaison.
I love that. That is
Right.
fantastic.
Twitter. I'm not in that age range. I'm in the Facebook.
You say
I don't do the Twitter, Snapchat.
So are we saying Facebook only, or are we saying
You're gonna print these, so we'll have them the day of, right?
She said Facebook.
Yeah, and so,
Yes.
Like my kids aren't doing
Yes.
Facebook now either. They're doing
75
Snapchat.
little folders that you open up and stuff in,
Well, I
you
watch
teach
it, but I don't do
participants.
it.
Yeah.
They can check it later. When they come in, they need to get a few of those folders from the.
Right, she said that she would definitely have an update by then.
Yeah, I'll do
If
an
we get there
update.
at 9 o'clock, we can start the folders.
I'll do an update the day before, and there will be even fewer than what we have here.
And I really like that. I really like that because then we come in as the commission holding this roundtable conversation, but then we're paying attention to what's going on legislatively, and this is why we want to come together and come to the table. So I think that's fantastic, you guys. It's really great.
That's a
That'd be
place
awesome.
we could put like our resource list, and as
Yes.
we update it, keep posting it. It might be a little faster to update people that way than like the Michigan
Yes.
City page, even though we
Yes.
would like it on
Yes.
there eventually, but it would just be faster to update things.
I like the idea that we are, because I did post it on Facebook. I'm not on Facebook that much, but that's going on now, and then being able to see what's going on in Michigan City, but also like who's responding to it.
And you'll get a lot of those, the moms groups of Michigan cities.
Yeah.
There,
We should
that's
be
where I
sending
actually
it
met
there.
Leslie.
Yeah.
I've never met her personally, but we've connected on a lot of different things just through there. But a lot of times moms will post different events going on that they hear about or resources they hear about, or they ask for resources right there on Facebook. So
Yeah.
you could get people who follow that.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you so much for, yes. I like it too.
And did Veronica Martin say that she was gonna do Twitter?
You know, I really would. Honestly, I would.
But there's a but coming.
Yeah, my schedule is horrible.
Okay. Well, I heard y'all talk about it. I wanted.
Yeah, I
Talk to
really
me about
would.
it.
I could try it. I could try to do that, but
You don't have to tweet every 5 minutes. You can tweet once a week.
But is there a way to that?
I might be able to figure out.
figure out.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hashtag it.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
can do social
So that subcommittee for social media has just been formed with Veronica Martin and Sarah Jones.
You got it.
Well, especially on event that's coming up.
I have to ask my kids about the whole hashtag thing because I haven't really figured that out. But I've got big kids; they can help me out.
Hashtag is life.
You got a whole IT division in your house.
I do.
Yes, you're fine. You'll be fine. Thank you, ladies.
Awesome. That is just really great.
Bill, it's all
And because I'll give you a couple of, and we'd like to kind of add a Women of the Month thing too, so that and, this is a slight tangent, Bonnie, but the National Women's Museum in Washington DC, Bonnie, they have a list of women, and Naomi Anderson's not on there, and I think we need to like, they have suggestions that you can add in, so I'm gonna send you that link. Cause I wouldn't be the one to like write enough about Naomi Anderson to like suggest that she be in it, but I think she should be. Okay.
Can I say one other thing?
Yes.
I'm sorry, just keep
No.
giving you pieces and
You
pieces.
should.
The shuttle for Swanson Center can be for those seeking services. So during that time frame, they can come and it runs on the hour.
Wow. That's great.
So it's to and from Walmart though, so they can catch the bus or get a ride or however they can at Walmart. And there's a bus that will take them from Walmart to Swanson. And when they're done with their appointments, they can take that bus back to Walmart.
Wow. Really amazing.
The city bus runs go out there.
So
The city bus doesn't go out.
no, it doesn't go out. It doesn't go out to Johnson Road.
They changed the route.
Pardon me?
So there's no route that goes.
All the way. Not
Because
the city
it's
bus.
outside city limits.
Yeah.
Great, guys. We'll move on.
Okay.
The empowerment program, we did not meet. That is Bonnie, Sarah, Belle, Angie, and I. I just want us to get a date. So what's a good, what for your schedule, like what's the best?
I will be out of town most of next week. It's best if you give me a date and I tell you yay or nay. Weekends are
So like
usually
weekends, but-
weekends are a little are the best for me just
Yeah.
because I don't have work.
Yeah. Let's we'll make it a weekend.
But if it doesn't work for somebody else, in the evenings would be my only time during the week.
Great.
I have nothing on my calendar on the weekends.
Bonnie, how's your weekends? Do you like to meet on the weekends, or are you more of an evening?
Not the next 2 weeks.
It doesn't have to be in the next 2 weeks. I just want us to kind of get it on the books for each other. I think enough.
If we do like a Zoom or something, I could do as early as like 4 most days and during the week if that's better for you.
So,
No, like in the evening.
so should I say,
Evenings are usually good for me.
okay, so how about I'm gonna do a doodle, not meeting in the next 2 weeks, but the end of, how about after the March 8th event? Should we do that? Okay, so then I'll send out a doodle poll and we'll give you dates for after our event. Okay, great.
I've been asking around and buzzing in people's ears about it, so.
Good. Yeah, me too. I have some things for it. So, St. Patrick's Day parade. Belle has somehow got us all to sign up that we're gonna have a
That's what
float.
I do. I'm ready to participate, okay? That's what I do.
I
So
might
I
be busy
signed us
that
up. We're in the St. Patrick's Day parade, you guys.
Only
Now, when is that?
So the St. Patrick's Day parade is
In March.
March 11th. It is the
March.
Saturday after.
The Saturday after
our
our
You're
event.
not riding in a convertible.
No, we're gonna be in a warm. So the thing is, all we're looking for is people to see us. We need exposure, and so because I am the League of Women Voters, LaPorte County is my appointing authority. I had brought it up to them for them to be involved, and then I brought it up to Christina to present to the board to be involved. So if we just partner, then me, Belinda. And I'm willing to decorate the truck. My husband's willing to drive. And there's 2 spots, warm, comfortable, cozy. We're gonna decorate the truck and roll down the road. And so we're gonna we're going to distribute. And so I'm working on distribution items to be distributed at the parade, 411 pens, literature. But if there's something that the commission wants to distribute during that day, we'd be glad to. You can buy candy by the pound. We can buy, Mardi Gras beads from
Dollar Tree.
the Dollar Tree is not $1. And so I recommend other Oriental Trading, other companies that can get us a better bulk pricing. And so it's
So you're gonna decorate a truck?
Yes.
And you're gonna add 2 people in that truck?
yes,
Okay.
2 additional riders.
2 additional riders.
And someone
I
texted
can
me.
walk and pass it.
Someone actually asked me if they, and I don't know if it was from League of Women Voters because they just simply said Sarah. Did you send me a message today? And that must have been Sarah from League of Women Voters
About what? I did send you a
Parade.
message.
about being in the parade. If there was room.
No,
for
it was about the other thing.
Okay, then we'll circle back around. But all I just said was Sarah, and because I lost information
It
on my
was
phone.
No, it was attached to that email because there's another email attached to that, and I was responding to that email
Okay, then I'll
about
circle back around.
the school stuff.
Okay, I'll circle back.
Yeah,
around.
it was me.
Okay, good.
Sorry, I'll put my last name next time.
Thank you. Only because
I didn't
because
think
I'm
about
still getting to know people, and so I just text both the Sarahs back and it's a joint email.
So when is the St. Patrick's Day
St.
parade?
Patrick's Day is March the 11th. Set up, the parade route is from 9th to 4th. I'll just pull it up on the
Is
city
that
calendar.
9 o'clock? Just, you have to be there or something?
I'll read it, I'm sorry, I was ill prepared. I'll do better. Special events. So on eMichiganCity.com, the special events section lists the St. Patrick's Day Parade as March 11th, produced by the Michigan City Special Events. If you go on their website, if you are a person interested in being in the parade, it's absolutely free to participate. You just have to fill out this form online. It's a simple form. The route is Franklin Street North from 9th to 4th. Lineup starts at 12 noon and it starts at 1 p.m. The Franklin Street Uptown Arts District, Michigan City celebrates St. Patrick's Day with a traditional walk up Franklin Street through the Uptown Arts District. A sea of green. This event is a celebration of our community and another chance to come together and enjoy each other and the spirit of St. Patrick's Day. And just simply register below.
And I think
And the map for staging and everything is on eMichiganCity.com under special events.
And I think our reasoning to be involved is just to continue to let people know that we're here, that we're around, and what we're doing. And so, and that seems.
So are we gonna have something made that says?
I was hoping that while we were talking about doing the banner for the linens, that we can circle back around and perhaps, because I hope that this is not the first parade that we're gonna be in. And it's not gonna be the last parade that we're gonna be in. So make an investment in, magnetic
Things they
they could just smack on somebody's vehicle and decorate and be done. So can I make a motion that we look at the cost of those so we can continue to participate and have our name in the community so people know for better advertising?
You want somebody to make a motion for that?
I think I'm
Or
ready
you
for a
wanna
second.
make an addition
She
to
wants
the?
a second.
That's it.
Great. All in favor of the research? Aye. Any opposed? Great.
Wait a minute.
Hey, is that the research or the banner, or the,
Well, we need to
Research
find
of
out.
cost
okay, yeah.
for
A magnetic.
magnetic,
And I suggest you go to Repo Graphics.
yes.
They don't do tablecloths at Reprographic, but I had
No.
checked there, and Beecher doesn't either, but they do banners,
They do
Reprographic does,
banners.
so.
Okay.
And the place that I had found the tablecloth, for LWV, they do banners too, but they're out of town somewhere,
Okay.
somewhere in the world,
Okay.
in the country.
I know there's a separate fee for setup. They may charge $75 for the tablecloth, but the setup for your name and all of that information is a separate fee.
On that screening.
The screening,
Oh, I
yes.
didn't
So,
say that
You
on
might
that.
wanna check that out. They'll say table cost
Yeah.
$50, but then they're gonna charge you whatever the cost is for the setup, for the
Setup,
printing and stuff. So you need
Where
to
is that?
check that out before
We
you
should
go.
gonna
I had
research it.
sent
Any
them
place that
the
prints tablecloths and stuff, they
JPEG
charge you a setup fee.
Vista Print don't
and
do
they
that.
said it was
Huh?
okay,
Vista Print.
that they could use it, so.
Try Vista Print if none of the other things work.
Did you, Ms. Bunny? She's suggesting Vistaprint. I don't know if you
It's
heard.
an
her.
online.
Vista
We were
Print,
talking about it.
I haven't seen, I didn't find Vista Print for tablecloths, but I'll
So
check
they
them.
give you the,
I've
they
used
just
them for
give
other
you one
things.
price
Yeah.
for everything. Yeah.
Okay, good. So the one thing we did not talk about is that and on our tasks is that March is when we do our city council update. Our yearly update. Now, is it something that am I doing that or is the vice president doing it?
Not the vice.
Okay, I will do it. I will do
The
that.
president.
And the president from the year before has to help you write it, but that's
That's
you
what it
too,
is.
so.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. No, I got it. What is the March city council date though? How do I, well.
That's what I'm looking up right now.
Yeah, the first and
it's
third
on there.
Tuesdays. So the first Tuesday is March 7th, and the third Tuesday is March 21st.
So we'll probably do the third one, if I get 21st.
So we're doing.
So then do I need to, since this is my first time doing this,
There's a whole booklet. Andrew will be,
I just send this to Angie that we're gonna report on the 21st?
no. So it is actually a state statute for our reporting, and so I'll send you the information.
Okay. But they know I'm coming or do I
They
have?
know they're expecting you.
You have to, but you have to get on the,
You have to get on the agenda. You have to tell them you're presenting because they expect everyone to. So basically it's like a department head meeting where everyone does reporting, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so many commissions that are operating. There isn't, and unfortunately, there's not.
It's in the
all the commissions,
ordinance too that.
all the,
Oh, okay.
all the commissions don't have to do it. It's only social status, the arts and us.
I just wanna know who I'm supposed to tell that I'm gonna be there. Is that?
You can tell
Angie.
Angie.
Yes, and the
Okay.
clerk.
I think we'll be on my
And they, yeah.
Okay, got it. So that's happening on March 21st. If you can be there, that'd be awesome.
Everybody should be there. Yeah.
Okay, but before we go on,
We'll talk after.
can we make a motion for a budget for St. Patrick's Day? $100? $100?
Is that for the decal?
No, that's for candy or whatever we're gonna distribute. Can we have a budget for it? I'll fund it, thank you, we'll go on, I'll fund it.
You
Yeah.
didn't give us time to ask a question.
Yeah.
No,
I'm trying to get my question together.
Go ahead.
Da.
I talk better this time, that's how my autism works, I don't know how yours work.
And we're 6:44.
Slow and
It's
easy.
right, it's 6:44, so we, yeah.
Yes.
Was there discussion, Ms. Tiny? I wasn't trying to cut you
Oh,
off.
now you just made me forget, so I'm not gonna say.
That's your autism.
So,
That's
yeah,
how
so,
autism works.
Well,
so I make a motion that, we contribute $100 towards the St. Patrick's Day Parade. For the giveaways that we hand out to,
Candy, we'll call it candy.
Giveaways, because you may buy something other than candy.
Giveaways.
Beads, you know.
Giveaways.
Yeah.
So how are we gonna give this away?
We're gonna throw it at the people on the parade
so,
route.
yeah, they-
No, we're gonna throw it at the people at the parade.
or you get, or sometimes somebody.
You walk along, walk,
I was gonna say, we'll have to walk.
I'll walk.
Yeah, I'll walk too. We'll walk.
I'll make
with-
my kids
okay.
come and
It'll
help
be
too.
fun.
Yeah, we'll walk so that
So
we
we
won't
need a
pass.
second and a vote.
Okay, so we need a second on the $100 budget for St. Patrick's Day Parade items.
You wanna vote?
Is it to second it
Oh,
first?
second.
Anyone?
Did you just second? Ms. Tiny second, the favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Great. That's great. Gonna keep going. The League of Women Voters, Cheryl had reached out to me to speak at the March 14th dinner with the league. But for me, I'm just a little bit I got too much going on in preparation for the 8th that I don't think I get my speech together. Is there anyone here that would be interested? Because it is Women's History Month. It would be great to have someone.
What do they want you to talk about?
When was that again?
March 14th.
So much going on in March.
I know, there's a lot going on in March, and it's okay if we can't, she's actually
We can't.
interested in some recommendations then. Her response
Yeah, it's a weekday.
to me, it was suggestions about how to protect women's rights.
That's what the subject is? That's what you
Well,
want?
it's women's history. She actually originally came
women's.
to me to talk about women's history, something, but
You wanna do Naomi Anderson?
then she texted me something about protecting women's rights, which I think is awesome. I just don't know who's the good topic is, who's the good speaker.
On the board.
And when is that, the 14th?
I could do
talk, but
Oh, she's not a commission, women's commissioner.
Well, you
And
have
so
two
what
whole
time
weeks
is
to
it?
learn
You
it.
think she
what time? What time is that?
It is,
It's lunch with the league.
no, it's dinner.
I'm sorry, it's dinner with the league.
No, no.
And it is at
It's about the.
5:30.
5:30.
And
At Franklin Street Family Restaurant. You could also, if you were really interested, and
So when, it's at
Sarah.
6:30 you said?
If you were
5:30,
interested,
Franklin Street
it
it
Restaurant.
could be just like
And where is
about
that?
women's history.
The Franklin Street
Yeah, that's
Family
not really my
Yeah.
area very
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Albertine,
downtown.
I
you
would
should
not be the
go
best
and
person.
do that book, the booklet we put together of 20 important women in Michigan City's
That would
history.
be-
Correct. Oh, that's lovely.
I could
Should
speak for
just go
something
through
else.
the list even. And
You can
we're not-
read it. You can
I'm on
read,
the
you can read her
league
book.
board. I'm on the league board,
She
and
don't
I
like to
can't,
be out at
I don't wanna
night.
be a speaker, but you could do
I
that.
could do that, because most of the women I
That's-
accept anyway.
Something
Okay.
that we worked on as the,
Yeah.
as the commission and.
Actually, that's
Something
really,
I
that
know
would be
by
really
heart.
cool.
Yeah, to
To
be a way
acknowledge
to,
that, and then we can circle back and then give some of the people more out of that, what we didn't do at the
Because
party.
really, we
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to
We didn't
talk
get to
about.
talk about them at the gala,
Yeah.
so it'd be
Yeah.
great.
yeah.
Would you like me to suggest that to Cheryl?
Yeah.
Great.
So Miss Tiny has agreed to do the league, the dinner
Not
with the
me.
league on March the 14th.
Albertine is doing it.
Oh, I call her Miss Tiny, I'm sorry. Miss Albertine, Miss Tiny
I thought you
Albertine.
said Bonnie.
No, no.
Miss
she's
Tiny, Miss Tiny is gonna read the book that was
Yes.
prepared
On
for
March the 14th, at the
Okay.
women's,
This
where are we
is,
going?
it is.
You'll be at the Franklin Street Restaurant at 5:30 p.m.
Franklin Street Restaurant.
I'll
They
give,
used to be the old Lindos.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
They used to be Lindos.
okay. Send it to me.
I will, I'll send this all to you. So that's great, and I will send that to
That's a
Cheryl, and
Tuesday.
she'll probably be in touch with you. Okay, great, and then, sorry, we're a little over time, a lot over time, but, I just want to, we have a nomination. I can either read this to us, let me read this to you. This is for Leslie Coles. She would like to be on the commission. I gotta put my glasses on. That broke.
God, that's so small.
I currently work as a family support specialist at Doombrook, but I also run a ministry in Michigan City called A Mama's Heart. It is geared towards helping families and supplying them with needs as well as resources to better their quality of life. This focuses on women and children, but we also help men as well when we are able. I truly aim to advocate for women who may not feel like they have the ability to do so for themselves, with the goal of equipping them to do so in the future. As an example, when the weather permits, I set tables out and place all different sorts of items out that are free to those in need. Anywhere from diapers to toilet paper to toiletries to clothing and shoes. I also pass out donations individually to those in need once we are able to meet those needs. I'm also very active in my church at the Hope Center. I run the clothing ministry for them as well. We actually collaborate together to fill the needs of the community. The donations come from different sources and people in our community. There has truly been an outpouring of support from LaPorte County. I have a heart for helping others and sharing what I know so that others can be prepared as well as successful. I think she sounds like
So I know recently there was a fire somewhere in Michigan City and the family needed clothing and toiletries, and she reached out through Facebook and gathered things from just people who wanted to donate, and she provided things like that. Or if somebody, say, needs a car seat, they'll go to her and say, hey, I need a car seat for a toddler or whatever. She'll find it from someone else who's maybe donating it, and she finds a way to get it to that person.
Is she on that mom's group that's on?
She posts a lot.
do we know, what, I know this is really horrible to ask this question, but just to make sure that we are rounded in, age range and everything as a commission, you know, so that we can, do we know how roughly?
She, I
don't
don't know age-wise, she's probably around my age. I know she has children who are senior down to kindergarten, kind of like wide range of.
That sounds good.
That sounds good.
That sounds good, and someone who's definitely invested and involved. Yes, exactly.
We need to tell her then to apply to the city council.
I have, she has,
Yeah.
for some
And it's the
reason,
same thing
they
that
didn't
happened,
get it.
yeah, it's the same thing that happened to me when I applied on the online on the website. It gives you this fill-in form, and they never say they don't receive it. So I'm not sure, because that's the same thing that happened with me, and Joanne was like, you didn't apply? I'm like, yeah, I did. I don't know
Wow.
if they found it.
So I'm gonna drop this off.
Angie, yeah.
Tomorrow.
Angie will have the answer.
So,
It's done.
I guess I just wanted you guys to know that this is, do we vote on this, or do we, no?
We don't get to vote.
Oh, we don't get to vote on it, this will go right to,
City council
I
gets to
understand.
vote on it.
Got it, thank you, okay. Still learning new things.
And the commissioners coming.
Commissioners' comments?
Oh, I do.
Yes.
Please. So there is, let me find my notes. There is a survey that Michigan City Area Schools has sent out, posted on their Facebook page, has sent to parent emails, yada yada. It's for the community, parents, students, staff, community members to fill out. It is basically a survey to collect data or information or the community's input on needs, things that they want to see improve, that whole spiel there. And then that data is going to be collected, analyzed, and used to in like strategic planning for the future. So that survey is out for the community, for parents, for students, others who are invested in the schools. So I just wanted to share that. So
that survey is out already?
it is out, yes.
It's on their website.
It's on the school.
Anybody in here received it?
It's on the school's website.
it.
Parents and staff have been emailed it to their emails. But it is on the school website. If you go to their main school website and scroll down, it should be a link in there to fill the survey.
Yeah. It's on their Facebook as well.
Yeah.
And I think Faye sent it to
I
us.
sent it to a couple of people, I just sent it to everybody.
So, yeah.
It had great questions just to see what the community wants.
Plus it.
Great. And we have received our ACLU information, and this is incredible. These little packets are really great. So since we're really over time, I'm gonna bring them next week so that we can figure out where we want to give them. But they have They have a let's talk about abortion little card. They have Know Your Rights, interacting with police and schools. Know Your Rights for demonstrations and protests. Know Your Rights when you're stopped by police. If you are stopped by police, immigration agents, or the FBI, this kind of gives you little.
So is it enough to be put out at March the 8th?
Yes, we'll put them out at March 8th for sure. But if there's anywhere else that you think, and this is really talking about.
in the mail?
Yes, the ACLU, protecting users' rights, just about what they do and everything like that, and how we can become advocates for different things. So I'm really excited to have these, and it'd be great to share them when we can, you know.
Well, if we get those folders that have the little thing inside, when we put the other information in there, then this can go in those folders too.
But some of the ones that, like,
What's the other information?
interacting with police and school, I think, how do we get this into the schools and, how this, share that.
Get into that later.
So,
This could go in their folders and this could go in there too. They would have something to take with them when they leave there to help with
We'll make sure.
yeah, and the abortion ones would be really
Yeah.
great. So I just want everyone to know I have them. If you want to take some tonight, great.
No, leave them till.
And if anyone wants any of I just printed a couple of these, of the invitations.
Well, I can print it. It doesn't matter.
And then I just, can I have 5 minutes of your time? I promise I'll talk quickly, but I'll be efficient. So, as you all know, that this is the second year, Juneteenth is June 19th of 2023. It is a federal holiday. 2023 will be the second year that it is recognized as a federal holiday. And in Michigan City, there are the Michigan City Black Business Association is doing a Father's Day event in Fetters Alley and at the Guy Freeman Amphitheater. The Monday, June the 19th, which is Juneteenth, is available. And my question to this commission is, would we be willing to head the Juneteenth and we be the umbrella? Because if we use it as an organization to, for diversity, equity, and inclusion, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. There are partnerships that can be made throughout the city with different organizations, and they can be responsible for their own setup, breakdown, whatever they need to do. It'll just be a space that'll be available for people to gather and to visit that day. If the Women's Commission chooses to do it, then there's no fee for us to use a facility. So we're providing basically $1,000 to the community for free for a place to, because that's what it costs for the amphitheater for a community resident to use it, right? But if we head it, we can also cover some things that we have talked about for diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we don't have to reinvent the wheel. Committees are already being formed, and I think it will be a great opportunity for us. It's 90 days away, I realize that, right? It's 90 days. But if we are just the umbrella under which everyone stands to be dry, we don't have to reinvent it. And there's partnerships that's already available with the Michigan City, so that's something else I want to bring up. Our poetry contest is available online, right? I would like to know, and I think hijack might be the wrong word, but to hijack the poetry contest, because Michigan City Area Schools is willing to partner with us. You do the work in the committee and you bring it to the board. So my thing is, if we partner with Michigan City Area Schools, they're willing to do short stories and poetry. And they're willing to do the judgment. The teachers are willing to judge and do a Fave 5 selection from each grade, right? From each school and each grade. That, we don't have to do that. Those are partnerships with Michigan City Area Schools. I've already had the conversation with Mr. McCullough and Betsy Voss. They got it. They're gonna run with it, right? There just needs to be.
We need to reserve the amphitheater.
Already reserved. I did that this afternoon. So it's better to reserve it and then cancel than it is to wait for someone else. Because March, it's March. That's 90 days and we can do it if we're willing to partner and just be the umbrella under which people can stand.
So you want us to be like the head and then have the different organizations setting up
Do their own
tables,
thing,
do
right?
their- Okay.
Yes, just like the way that the Michigan City,
How are we gonna activate the stage, and are there gonna be acts that are gonna cost money?
listen, so if we allow the community, so Michigan City has a world-class concert choir. They are performing in the state, and there's, out of the 30 that went for Michigan City area schools, 8 went on for solo competition for the state level. We have enough talent in this town to have a community-wide event where it doesn't cost us anything but time, energy, and effort.
But you can't you can't always ask performers to perform for free. I'm just saying, like, it's a big, I think this is incredibly important. I'm definitely
Yeah, I just need an umbrella.
Juneteenth.
Y'all give me an umbrella and that's all I need is an
I
umbrella.
think we can ask them to perform for free, and if we don't get enough, then we try to pay for some people.
There you go.
But I think you'll get enough, because people like to showcase their talent.
Because a lot of times, showcasing the talent is worth more than us paying.
Correct. And
Because it's exposure.
correct. And because we are a city entity, I already have the information, we are exempt from those fees. The only fees that we may incur is for additional porta potties or additional electricity. But as far as the fees for the rental, those things are covered. And because it is a weekend event, already going on at the amphitheater, Pride is there on Saturday. Michigan City Black Business Association there will be there on Saturday. I'm sorry, it's Saturday for Pride, Sunday, which is Father's Day, and then Monday, if we are willing to partner and let it, because, and I'm gonna say this, one of the things that we've been talking about is infant mortality. Juneteenth is an infant. We need to give it life so it can breathe and grow and be what it needs to be. Because I'm sick and tired of sitting back, talking about what could have been done, what should have been done, because we can just do it. If we allow agencies, people, individuals that already have organizations already formed, and just give them a place to be. We need to have a place of unity, diversity, equity, and inclusion. And we have a chance to do that. And it won't cost us nothing but time, energy, and effort. And I'm not even asking y'all for that. I'm willing to do it myself.
Again, I agree, this is incredibly important and
We need to,
necessary.
but the reason I'm asking now is because we need to make a decision so we can move forward. If I don't have an umbrella, I can't dance in the rain.
But I think I need to understand, I personally, I'm down to say.
Tell me what you don't understand.
What I don't understand is what the event is.
The event is a celebration of Black people
No, I
being
know
free.
that, I know that.
But no,
But I mean, what's gonna be there? What is at the event?
we're gonna let the community tell us
What they want.
what they're gonna do. Your organization, if you wanna dance, skip, and jump, you can. We just wanna be a place for people to gather.
But you have to have something that, I understand that. You have to have like something that's like gonna draw everyone there too.
You don't think me being Black is enough?
No.
I'm not trying to be shady right now.
No, I'm
What-
sorry.
give me- So what is it that you don't understand, Christina? Because I'm frustrated right now. Because this is the answer I get from two.
Food, like what's there? What is there? What
The
is
commu-
at
the
event?
Like maybe someone might have a cook-off, like maybe
So we're just,
Black men can't cook, they may wanna set up something, like they have, I think they have an organization here
Yes.
with that. They may wanna showcase what they could do, or a chili cook-off.
so then we're just
Put it on
bringing,
that
we're
Just bringing
creating
people together.
a
We're creating a
space,
space for them.
but then, okay.
So I think you need more of a list of those interested and
I
what.
have a list of people interested,
Okay.
so I am just simply, so the
you
Michigan.
need to give people time to soak this in and don't feel offended.
I'm not offended, I'm tired, Miss, I'm tired.
Okay.
Because
Still
we
give
have been
time.
talking
You can't not-
about Black people and celebration for too long, Miss Time. I'm tired now.
Right, every
I don't
year.
need Support it, don't support it, I'm gonna do it.
No, I think it's
want-
important. I totally think this is extremely important.
It is.
I'm just trying to understand the event.
The event is Juneteenth. It will develop into what it will, based on what the community says they want to do.
Right, in the past, on Juneteenth celebrations, as long as someone is sponsoring the place, that they're gonna have it, then the families will get together and they'll come out and
Okay.
picnic themselves and attend, I know the NAACP was wanting to do something on that weekend also with the youth.
Yeah.
And so we didn't have a place that we could do it at, so then
So
we
then now
could.
So you would be willing to partner?
So we would be
Okay,
able to
okay, that's all I
That's
just,
what
that's what I'm trying to
As long as
understand, how we're
as
really
people
making
know
something
that
happen.
there's a Juneteenth event, to them, that's families getting together
Got it.
and coming out and
they're
they're
at Veterans
picnicking
Alley
and
most of that
enjoying
day.
themselves.
Yeah, most of that.
And with it being at Veterans Alley, that's where the blacks used
Right,
to
let's say it
come
like
out and celebrate
Okay.
other events and
Yeah,
family
yeah, yeah.
picnics or whatever. I got pictures of my grandkids out there for Memorial Day,
Yeah.
any day that there was, just having a picnic.
It's what black people in this community have, is federality, because we weren't really welcomed on the beach.
Right, so they used to always come
We
to
have
Venice-
made that our
Venice
place,
Alley.
and it's hard to explain that to people that are not from here, because as black people, the trauma that we suffer in this town from not being acknowledged is daily. And this year, 2023, we are going to celebrate
difference.
Juneteenth and make a difference for our community. Whatever that looks like for celebration.
Well, you can have that as your title, just making a difference in Michigan City for our community, but letting people know when, where, and what they want to do. It's up to you, you know.
Yeah.
They're responsible for sponsoring it, and if they want to do a
Right.
fundraiser, it's their money too. We just want to give them a place to be.
I understand, see, I understand now, so that, it's not that we're creating the event.
Nope.
Right.
That, okay, see, that's
Once
what
you
my
announce that
confusion
there's gonna
was.
be a Juneteenth celebration
And
at
then everyone
Veterans
just
Alley,
comes.
Then you need to
But
have
don't we need a
something,
DJ
so
or
they
something?
can, you need
I
to
mean,
have something.
maybe
But that's where you would reach out to those in that community who want to donate their time
Right.
for that specific holiday. They will donate their time to be a part of a celebration
Right.
that
Understand,
honors that community.
right.
So you don't necessarily need to go hire a DJ. I'm
Right.
sure there's a
Nope.
African American DJ in Michigan City that will say,
Lots
I
of
will
them.
come and
Right,
help out.
right.
Or I will
Oh,
come
right.
celebrate.
That's
Or a DJ, a DJ.
so we don't have, the Women's Commission isn't the
Well, we might have to
organizer.
sign the liability papers.
So what is the?
We might have to get insurance on that day.
So,
Yeah. When you have an event, you have to show insurance. You
Right, you have
show
to
that,
have
and it-
insurance, so we
and you
might have to
have
get
it for-
insurance.
I think
That
it was
would
over
be
$2 million,
security.
and then that's for that day. Yeah, even when I had the breast cancer walk, we had to get $1 million
Insurance,
in
yeah,
insurance.
for that day.
So I don't know what it would be for Juneteenth,
so
but
here's the thing.
you have to do insurance and you have to have security. So
Right,
those are things that come along with that.
so
And
that might be what we have to
And so
pay.
that is one of the things that I just want an opportunity to open the table, because oftentimes people want to celebrate and do, but no one's asked them to the table. And so they find out about something after it's happened, or hey, I would have been part of that had I known. And that's all this is. This is a call to our community to celebrate the way that we.
So what she'll do, if we say that we're gonna do that, then she'll call a meeting, to see who all wants to participate and what they wanna do, and get a committee together to work on that.
Yeah.
So that's all I'm asking for is from the Commission for Women. That's all I'm asking for is an umbrella.
Okay, but still in all, if we have it under our umbrella, we're gonna have to
Get
provide
the
the
insurance,
insurance and
we do
stuff.
have to get
So
the
that's
We'll
why
have to make
you gotta
sure
give them
the
time to get this.
security,
because
there's a lot.
I don't know anything about Juneteenth. We do,
And that's why I'm trying to change the
but we
dynamic.
got to do what we have to, our due diligence. We gotta make sure we got money for insurance and money for security. And do we have the security? I can't always call on Marty because he's busy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
He's my brother. I don't call him for anything.
I
You
call
don't
him all
call
the
him.
time, but we need to make sure
Well,
we're
you got
doing it the
Mr.
right
Hood and
way.
you got
You know,
others that.
and if this is February,
Mhm.
And my point, once again, Miss Tiny, is a person, a member, see, I don't wanna have this conversation because I ain't trying to be rude. But there ain't,
be funny.
but there's no reason on earth that we should be talking about this in February, because first of all, we should have been talking about it long before now. And I'm in my feelings because it ain't being talked about.
Well, we
So
have
I'm
Juneteenth
Belinda.
programs every year,
I'm
Bill.
Belinda.
We have
I heard about Nan one, Miss Tanya, and there's my point exactly.
Belinda.
I haven't. I have not.
Yeah, the fathers have always
I have
done
not.
something.
We've had
Bruce Wren,
we've
when
had
Bruce Wren
Juneteenth
was in
programs
town.
here for the last 15 or 20
But I
years.
am new to this city, and y'all
Okay, so-
keep making assumptions that everybody know what's going on.
But you act like we haven't had anything in that.
I said I haven't been invited.
discuss it anymore. I'm through.
Alright,
I
so
don't know.
I think,
Due diligence.
It's in the paper, or it's just word of mouth and people just know.
So,
They don't say, come on,
right, come on, we having
You know,
this.
that's where advertising comes from.
Right, so my motion is,
so are we,
can we, I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, cause then who's paying for advertising, is that us? These are my questions, I'm totally down, I believe in it, I just wanna
So
know
can we
where all the
start an
basics of it come from.
exploratory committee? Because 90% of the questions that you have already have an answer. I just don't have them. I am bringing them to this committee as an opportunity to start now. We have 90 days.
I think that we need, obviously there's tension in the air, so I think.
It's tension in the air every day.
What we could do
I
is,
just suggest
I think
we
we need
find
to
out
hold
how
off a
much the
month till
insurance
next
costs.
There is no, all right, so I'm gonna tell you now, I'm gonna run forward. So if the Women's Commission would like to join, because if we have 90 days, we cannot continue to wait another 30 days to bring it before this committee to even talk about forming a committee to even look at what our options are. 90 days is from today to June.
So, okay, so let's form a committee before we
And that
vote
is-
on giving the thought, I mean, we need to understand.
I didn't ask for any money. What I asked for was an umbrella. And that is an opportunity to form a subcommittee to find information to the questions that y'all have. I just don't have them today. I literally left the meeting this afternoon before I came here. Because I don't think it takes all day to do what a lot of people take all day to do. And so that is kind of my frustration oftentimes, is that
I think we need to
How long we
understand what
gonna
our
wait?
responsibility is for an event of that size,
Yes.
that is open to the public, that is a party for everybody. We just need to understand what we're putting, I mean,
What our
what our responsibilities,
responsibilities are.
because we can get in trouble
What
for
our
something, we
commitment
don't even
would
know,
be.
what is it, so.
we are working with the Michigan City Special Events Planner that includes the city parks and their attorneys. We're the city commission. They're not gonna put us in a situation to get sued by doing things either. All I'm asking for is
that tower that
exploratory.
fell on that guy, remember they used to have that thing out there?
Exploratory.
When that tower fell, that's why a lot of things in Michigan City were, you know,
And what was that?
that's for several years back. That's what I'm saying, that, you know, a lot of times when you have big events and you have big crowds, you know, cities are reluctant to finance those that have to be associated. So I think what she's saying is, let's just make sure all our ducks are in a row and make sure that we know, do we have this big liability, or is it gonna be with the city, or what do we have to pay? What do we have to do? And then we can, you know, we can get the stuff going, but we just need to know that what's our liability.
And that's
So
why I
when is
asked
our
for
next-
formation of the exploratory committee. That's all I asked for.
Okay, does anyone like to be on that exploratory committee?
What exploring what the liability,
Checking out
the possible.
Yes.
How many
What this looks like.
officers do you have to have on
I don't know if that
hand?
needs a committee,
The
that
fire
needs.
department has to be alerted, and so does
How about this? I'll send all y'all answers to y'all in the morning, because I have them all. I just don't have them in front of me.
Missy, could you possibly get more of a concrete vision for us as like a layout of what you envision this to look like with more specifics? You said you have those answers. to help kind of see where that would take.
And also whether there are enough people here to actually do this, to do all the organization that it's gonna take. 'Cause
I
that's
see what you're saying with that. There would be other organizations that would take care of their part and we would just make sure it's on. Basically,
do
Women's
the
Commission
umbrella
would be
Right, I get
responsible for
that.
sponsoring the use of that
Pretty much.
facility. And
But then
that
if
leaves
you
us
have
with
soul
legal
steppers coming to do a performance, they're
ramifications
responsible
that we
for
have to
their
take
people
care of.
and.
But we're not like in charge of like who's gonna.
Putting it on,
or
you're not responsible
So-
for putting it on.
They would
Asking
come in
people
on
to
an agenda or
Right.
something. And we know that whatever time we choose the events, then we say the stage is open from this hour to this hour. And of course, there's time slots.
Basically delegating everything to other organizations.
Yes.
But there's always gotta be a stage manager, there's like official people.
Right, I hear what you're saying, but I'm asking for an exploratory, and so the questions that you keep asking have answers to them. And once again, I don't have them tonight. But if we bring people to the table, then we can get, that's exactly what we're doing for International Women's Day. We're bringing people to the table to get some answers, to find out programs we're gonna implement.
I will explore with you.
An exploratory
and
committee just
help
does
make
that
the
same
connection
thing.
of what we would be responsible for.
Don't sound like y'all want to do it is a problem, and I'm cool with that too.
We do, it's.
Okay, as I will tell you, anything that people are enthused about, they enthused about it. If it takes some pulling teeth to get you to there, I'm willing to do that for a while. But we've been talking about Juneteenth for 50 years of my life. For 50 years of my life. It's time to move it along.
So,
And I'm willing to go with whoever want to go with me.
you know, I got you. I'm on
just
Michigan City,
frustrated, ain't it?
Business Association anyway, so.
You on Michigan Citywide?
The Business Association, part of that also, you know, with my business.
Oh, the Black Business Association. Okay.
So I'll be working anyway. But I don't know if you really understand. I don't know if you've all everybody's ever seen what a Juneteenth celebration looks like. I have as well. And I've seen it really celebrated down south though. And towards this way in the Midwest, it's not as celebrated. And so I think that's where you're like, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it is.
Well, I mean,
And it's and we actually it's almost like, I hate to put it this way, y'all, but excuse me. Your kid saying, "Mom, can I have a party at the house?"
I think that's what
And you're like, who all gonna be here? You know, what all I got? Mom, me and my girls got it.
You're just hosting the house.
You're just hosting the house and making sure they don't burn the house down. I mean, basically. And the kids, your kids get their friends. They bring the food. They got a few guests they got their guests at the house, and that's basically what it is.
okay, I mean,
And so the umbrella is the house for us to hold to hold the celebration.
yeah.
And I know there's insurance involved, and I know there's security involved, but that's where the committee get together and do it. And I don't even know if the committee, maybe the committee finds the people to fund it versus versus us. We just need the house. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. Did that make sense? Did I say that right?
Yeah, you said it right. It makes sense.
Totally.
So I don't know if that
But
explains it
but
better.
you hit it on the head. In this part of the country,
Yeah, we
it's
don't.
not. People don't even know.
They don't know what it
Black
is.
people
They
don't
don't
even know.
know.
You know, and then we know people don't come from reading and knowing and seeing.
See, I
so you know.
Juneteenth here, so
But yeah, but
I've been in Michigan
it's
City.
been. I don't know if they
Miss-
haven't
Miss
been doing
Tiny,
that, but they even call it Juneteenth.
Yeah,
when
they
were
did.
doing
We
it.
used to do it. Tiny Williams started it a long time ago.
Miss Tiny, I'm gonna tell you.
We had programs over
I-
at Hope's.
I have been here.
How long you been here?
I've been here since 2008,
Mm-hmm.
and I have never.
They had one in Eastport, they had one on the west side, and they had one.
Didn't they have something last year at Water Tower?
I have never.
They had something every year here.
McDonald's?
I have never heard about it. I have never been.
See, you ain't in the
part of-
right place.
But see, okay, but that's
Stop saying that, cause that ain't nothing
that's-
to say no more, that you ain't in the right place.
but that's
Well,
also,
about it, she wasn't in the right place. That ain't no slick stuff.
but you know what?
Didn't hear about
In the southern states, everybody
forced
here
to take
takes,
something.
everybody here is involved. I mean, and I know we're not in southern states, but I'm just
Then
saying
vote no
the
this time.
difference,
Vote
the
no.
difference.
I am gonna vote
But-
no.
And until I get everything that I need.
It's an
So,
exploratory
insurance and all that,
committee.
We can explore, but I'm not gonna.
That's all the vote on the floor was for exploratory committee. Well, that's all
I
it was
vote for
for.
an exploratory committee, but I'm not voting to house it, we're gonna explore. Because that's
Those
money
two are
involved.
gonna be exploring, right?
I'll explore with, I'll explore.
No, Veronica and,
I offered to help her.
oh, you're gonna help and
Yes.
Belle. Well, Belle's already got
We don't
most of the
have to have a
information.
Yeah.
So really, all you guys gotta do is go on YouTube, put in Juneteenth and see different types of celebrations. And,
But that exploratory committee includes that other stuff too.
but yes, the exploratory committee, will get the.
It's time you know
find out
I-
what
I think-
insurance is and all that.
Yeah,
We
I
know
think
we
we're
need
all
the-
good on
the
that, we
technical
believe in it.
stuff.
I think that is all true, and I do, you know, I mean, I've seen the Juneteenth celebrations down in Houston, and I thought you were asking us for a bit more of a something for this. So, but I still think insurance, there's still some like ducks that we need to get through to
I
understand.
thought Pride always was for the whole weekend though, for Saturday and Sunday.
I do not
Are they
know what happened.
doing it
I
on
met
Saturday
with
this
the
week,
special
this time?
events planner this afternoon.
She's talking about Monday,
The amphitheater is available
Monday,
for
right?
Monday, June 14th.
So Pride would be, I know Saturday.
Saturday.
Who is the manager? Who is that?
The
manager?
black, I'm sorry.
Who is the person that's over
We're
special
talking about
events?
Monday.
Yes, Bounty. Yes, it would be Monday.
Monday.
On the actual.
Juneteenth is June the 19th.
Yeah, I know that, but I didn't
It's a
know it was a Monday, but,
Mhm.
Monday, Sunday, I think a whole lot of people would come.
There is
There's
an
no
event
school.
already on,
There's no school.
I don't know why I gotta keep saying this. So the event is
And black folks
Pride
come anyway.
on Saturday. The Black Business Association
They gonna.
on Sunday. Juneteenth is on Monday, June the 19th.
So Bonnie, it is a
And
holiday.
that is the day of the event.
It's a
And she
national
already has
holiday.
people who are interested in this, so
Right.
there is already prospective turnout making known. Yeah, am I right with what I'm saying? Are we understanding?
Yes.
Yes.
So being a Monday, maybe
And she's already
not
booked the
as difficult.
amphitheater, right? Amphitheater, you've already booked it. You guys just go from there. All right.
Okay.
So we just gotta find out about the insurance, the security.
Porta potties.
Porta potties.
So
If we put our AMs ahead, we just need to make sure what we are responsible for.
And what we're
There's a whole checklist that is associated, I'll be glad to send it out.
Yeah, there we go.
And I wanna offer this commission and our viewing public an apology. I am angered, and it's gotten to the point for me for rights, I'm just angered. Because I don't think that this town, or very many in this state, do very much for diversity, equity, and inclusion of black and brown people. It is shameful, and I'm angry now. I'm angry. And I'm sick of people asking me what we gonna do for Juneteenth. Why come you ain't planning something? What we gonna do? Community, what we gonna do? We gonna plan Juneteenth and celebrate. And people that don't wanna come, stay home. Make your own party at your own house and teach your children about Juneteenth and real American history.
All right, we ready? Are we done? Or we have to vote on that?
No.
Motion to adjourn.
No, and I do want to just state that the Women's Commission, we are doing everything that we can for diversity, equity, and inclusion, and that is what it is all about. And that's what the programs we're creating is all about that. So I don't want to, put that out. I just want that to be said because we all believe in that here, and that's what we're all doing. So thank you guys. Our next meeting is, I don't even know now, March something. March 16th. All right. So I do appreciate the vibrancy of these meetings.
All right.